Well, he's a cutie pie. I might put him in Potomac. Okay, yes. Yeah, he can come right on to Potomac. Oh.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Rich Guy. We're back with another video. I want to thank you guys once again so much for tuning into the channel. Thank you for being with me all last week while I was in DC. As you guys can see, I'm back home and we are back to business. Now, there's been a lot of internet chatter about the Real Housewives of Potomac. The reunion footage has aired in the trailer, and we all know that Kandi Rost was not there. Now, a new report from Page 6 is speculating that Kandi Rost's social media posts are the reason why Kandi was not invited to the reunion, i.e. Kandi Rost has definitely opened the lid on a lot of what's been going on behind the scenes with regards to her appearance on the show. Now, before I actually move forward anymore, you guys know that I did interview Kandi and she did give us a lot of the same information that's in this article. So you guys can either watch that video or you can read the article, then I'll put that down in the link below, okay? Now, getting back to what I was saying. Now, listen, Kandi has been no stranger to controversy when it comes to production on the Real Housewives of Potomac. She's basically let it all out about how she feels about everything that's going on, from her appearance to her not being on the reunion to the actual portrayal of Michael Darby as a result of the charges against him for harassment, right? Well, now she is pulling the wool back even more, okay? Now, you guys, please bear with me because I am not feeling very well today. I'm doing my best to give you guys all the news and updates that I possibly can, but I've been sneezing like crazy and my allergies are completely haywire right now. So we're gonna get into exactly what Kandi had to say with regards to everything that's going on after she watched this past episode this week. So she says this: "Wow, what an impossible situation. On the trip to the Cayman, I was sick. I was there for a day and night before the host, Robyn, arrived. I don't know what host means because Robyn couldn't host a 5-person dinner with her always declined Amex. So trust and believe. I'm not sweating her deciding to not invite me on any more trips that she A, can't afford, and B, get to on time. Lord, where was I? So I was on the island wearing my bag wig and all, and then I felt like something wasn't right and I called a doctor. He was an island house doctor. He came to my room and gave me antibiotics and told me to stay out of the sun. Now the next day we were on a boat all day and in the sun. I felt very sick. I left Grand Cayman after notifying production and the front desk that I was sick. I got home and found out that I was pregnant. I told Robyn, Gizelle, and all of production I was pregnant 2 days before Karen's Ladon party. I told Ashley the night of. I lost the baby a few months later. Hashtag Real Housewives of Potomac. Hashtag you already know. Hashtag editing involves integrity." Now, let's get into this, shall we? As you guys know, Kandi is probably a fan favorite on the show at this point. She was the first season that she was on there. I'm not quite sure why she was not invited back the second season. I am told that it was because she didn't want to share specific details of her life, and it may have been because of the things that she was going through personally, which is understandable. The Page 6 article alludes to the fact that Kandi, her role on this show was supposed to be light and fluffy, according to a production source, okay? So that's why she ended up wearing the wigs, because they didn't want to do anything too heavy with her. I.e., they didn't want to get into anything with regards to her custody battle or anything like that regarding her kids. But in a sense, that stuff had to be explained, which is likely why it was explained by castmates versus being explained by Kandi herself. Now, in my mind, to me, that's the real story, right? That would have been something really juicy, and it would have been really interesting to cover and find out. And I get it, because the production company would probably want to not deal with any sort of legal liability, and that's fine. But Katie is pulling back the curtain on several things. Now, we have all sort of been rooting for Robyn with regards to her financial situation, right? You know, I, for one, can attest to the fact that, you know, just because you're on reality television, just because you're on red carpets and on television, does not mean that you're rich. You know, I could just speak to that myself. You know, I've had points in my life where I've made a lot of money, and I've had points in my life where I made hardly any. And I was forced to, you know, depend on friends and family for assistance. And luckily, I had those people in my life. But you could be on a red carpet and you have your car repossessed at the same time. Just trust and believe that, okay? So that's the reality of show business. So just because we see that Robyn is making improvements does not necessarily mean that she is financially where she wants to be, right? Is that our business? Not necessarily, right? Because we don't need to know everything that's in our reality stars' pockets, especially when they've been pretty honest about their financial struggles to begin with. So it's understandable. But the fact that Katie just put this whole situation on blast about this declined Amex, whew, listen. Here's the thing. Now, I don't know when this occurred during filming that it was discovered that this Amex was declined, but it's interesting that this is the first time we're hearing about it, right? But I guess if you want to cast, Robyn is pretty much cool with most of the cast. They wouldn't be really talking about it like that anyway. But it's almost like this, girl. You got to be making at least $100 and something thousand per year on this show. Okay? First season, a lot of these wives make about $40,000 to $60,000. Trust me, but trust and believe. If you're on a franchise that's not as lucrative as maybe say Atlanta or Beverly Hills, right? Like Gina, her first season on OC, she was making 68 something thousand or something like that. But Robyn being in season 4 of Potomac, I could say that since this was their breakout season, next season they'll probably make more. She's probably making in the range of 100 to 200,000, if not a little bit more. Which after taxes, well no, because she's gonna get that whole check. Now she's gonna have to pay them taxes out that check. But at the end of the day, it's kind of like, I'm just doing the math. Your Amex should not be getting declined, okay? That's the bottom line with this whole situation. It looks like we got a lot more work to do on these finances, girl. And I hope that's not the case. I really hope it's not the case, because we're rooting for you, Robyn, but I'm gonna need you to get that Amex in order, okay? Get it in order. The next thing that we gotta pull the wool back on is, because Katie mentioned it, is the fact that she notified production that, and the front desk, that she was sick and that she was leaving. Why did it seem like, why was it made to be such a big to-do with Gizelle running around the island playing private eye that nobody knew, like nobody knew she was gone? Apparently everybody knew she was gone. Like, was this just for something for us to sort of like, I'm confused. I'm really, really confused about this, because I'm like, I don't know. Listen, here's the thing. I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. You know, I've worked with that production company before on my show. I didn't have any shenanigans go on. So for me, this is new. This is very much news. And I'm definitely, I would probably say just from listening to this, if this is what's going on and she's pulling the wool back on these things, granted, she's moved on at this point. She's on to, you know, doing her own thing. But I'm kind of like this. I can sort of see why they probably wouldn't invite her to the reunion. Because, you know, if you're leaking production secrets, then yeah, I mean, I can sort of understand why they might not be so willing to have you at the show, because you could be a liability to them as well. So we'll just have to see how that whole situation plays out. I noticed that we got no mention of Katie's pregnancy during that final episode as well. So it's kind of weird. Like, I almost feel like we're definitely not getting the entire story here, which is unfortunate. I hate the way that this whole situation has played out on camera. And I hate the fact that that footage of Michael Darby, that on that episode, that unseen production footage, was altered to such a degree that we didn't even, like, something was not right about that, you know. And so much so that Andy had to apologize and basically address this happening on the show. So I don't really know. I mean, you guys let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. You know, was Katie mistreated in this whole situation? You know, what do you guys think about her sort of putting Robyn's finances on blast with regards to this? Should she really be hosting events on the show if she allegedly can't afford it? You know, a lot of times we watch these shows to watch extravagant lifestyles, and lifestyles that not necessarily are like our own. But in some instances, like with Robyn's, we sort of like her portrayal, at least I do, because it mirrors that of a lot of people in America. And she is still a housewife, so it makes perfect sense that she's still on the show. I really don't know. I'm waiting for Robyn to make some sort of comment about this. If she does, definitely, you guys know that I will let you know. Let me know what you guys think about all of this, and I will see you guys in the next video. Now I'm going to lay my butt down because I'm still sick.